So yeah, episode 14, the one where holy crap, this is just Gurren Lagann. The one where the director of Gurren Lagann did the episode is the bigger trigger. Welcome to the Anispective cast, where if you're a Trigger fan, you know what this shot feels like.
Or Gainax.
Gainax, yeah, Gainax slash Trigger, because I believe Gainax became Trigger. They were folded into it. Because, yeah, this feels very Kill la Kill too, honestly, in a lot of places.
Yeah, the animation in this episode is all over the place and in kind of a good way.
Yeah, well, alright, just straight up, this is the best episode of the series so far for me.
It's really entertaining. This one has a whole bunch of goofy hijinks and really good animation and this might be the coolest fight scene so far.
Yeah, it's plot kind of whatever. It's oh yeah, it gets into an argument and they're squabbling and oh yeah, teamwork. The animation choreography though is damn, just oh my god.
Yeah, parts of it feel like a Kill la Kill episode. There are parts where they're being chased around a mansion by a huge group of Robo Gang guys.
Yeah. And it's Icky just steps on a trap, but because they're wrong, it appears behind them. And a boxing glove just shoots out of the wall and punches the dude in the face. And he just keeps stepping on traps, and they keep just looping that animation.
There's just a bunch of punching glove traps so all the way up the stairs. Okay, so
I was kind of joking before where I'm oh yeah, it's the Lost Trigger show. It's no, this is a Trigger episode, just straight up.
Yeah. So yeah, we start with Icky playing one of those things where you spin the wheel and a ball comes out or whatever, and he wins the grand prize and wins a 2 tickets to some park where they do
yeah.
What are those things they do in Japan, the stage play kind of things?
I don't know if there's a specific term for it.
Hero show or something.
That sounds right. It's a hero show, but it's ninjas. And it's oh yeah, save us from the monster Jiraiya, and then the freaking giant frog Digimon shows up, and Shogun Gekomon goes berserk and just takes everyone.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did in Ghost Game too. Yeah, yeah, it's they have the kids call out for the ninjas spelled with a Z to save the day. And then they save the people from the monsters, which are just people dressed up in suits, and then it's yeah, and the kids are all happy and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, Icky wins basically a lottery thing, and he's oh yeah, I'm gonna give you the other ticket to Karin, and we're gonna go to this thing, and then Erica just walks up and steals his other ticket. It's all right. I'll admit, Erica's pretty unlikable in this episode.
She's pretty crazy, but it's you can tell she really just wants to go and just wants to have a fun time here. It's you know what, yeah, it's not your place to do this, but yeah, there's not really much harm in it.
It's just, I don't know, it's just her stealing the ticket that Icky won and then complaining about things later on this trip that she stole her way into going on. It rubs me the wrong way. It's I don't like her this episode.
I'll point out she don't just take it. She extends her arm out, takes it from behind him or whatever, and she's okay, I guess I'll see you there later. Does 50 different poses, including one where she rotates her head around 180 degrees like an owl first before rotating her body, before doing just complete upside down legs in the air floating for a second and then just darts off.
Yeah, this
it's so
we can't.
Goofy.
Yeah, it's this episode has to be seen. It's episode 14 in the sub.
Yeah,
you just kind of have to watch it because the animation is a real big part of it. This episode's crazy.
Just straight up, yeah. No, watch this episode. This needs it.
Yeah. They
Like,
go
we
into like the
cannot
full
spoil good animation.
yeah. They go into like this big like the stereotypical like giant head like yelling at each other thing, and they do that several times, and it's like it's the most anime tropey this series has looked so far, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's so
Like,
goofy.
yeah. It's just it looks like what people parodying anime think anime is.
God, do you think this entire episode would just be like that anime parody? Because it's like super crazy, wacky animation. Everything's over the top. Freaking hero show because of course everyone's just complaining and arguing, and they have the coolest freaking fight scene, and it's solved by the power of friendship, and also they're just fighting freaking ninja robots.
Yeah, yeah, it feels like anime parodying itself.
God, it's such a trigger vibe.
So yeah, essentially they do the hero show, and we see these two new Medabots, Ninja and Get Ready, I think was her name for some reason.
God, this is not gonna make any sense to me. This is the hardest vibes of like the dude in Promare who screams origato in the most like over the top, like over enunciated way ever. And it's amazing. Oh man, sorry. Yeah, you're saying.
I was just saying that yeah, that's what these Medabots are. The male
ready,
one is Ninja is the male one, and Get Ready is the female ninja.
Kunoichi, man.
Kunoichi, yeah.
It's so good. I probably should have gotten an image of this. It's so goofy they were first talking about this place, and Eric is just before they established this park is Eric is just like, oh yeah, ninja, and just like a little like thing where it's like, straight up her in, like a ninja costume. It's like Kunoichi, it's like her in, like the red outfit. She's like doing poses, and Brass is just in the background also posing it up, and she's like, yeah, I might go and investigate. She's like got the camera. It's like a dark, just crazy extreme pose.
Yeah, and like she's like getting all hyped up for it as Icky's just like, actually, I was gonna use that ticket, and she's just ignoring him.
Just like, every single character pose, just the craziest, wackiest thing it can be. I love it.
Yeah.
God, they go there, they're like late to the ninja show, and you see like everyone run out. It's just clearly like a still image of a bunch of gray people just with their arms up, just like being moved just being along. Slid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's being slid across the cell, like Poochie style.
It's like, of course, it's like, oh yeah, time consuming. It's so goofy, I don't even care. It's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's fine. It conveys children running out of a thing. Like, it's fine.
If you could save time in a way that makes me laugh, then that's not like a time-saving measure anymore. That's just a good gag, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they missed the show, and it's like, all right, we'll just sit around and wait for the next one, and then like they're still all mad at each other, and they're yelling at each other and like whatever. And then they just find Rokusho just sitting under a waterfall, like meditating or whatever.
Isn't this like before we find Rokusho? Isn't this where I have like a quick montage of them just screwing around and doing things, including a bit where like Icky steals her like cotton candy or something, or I guess he buys her more. He just shoves the whole thing into his mouth and starts like throwing it up, like just spitting it back out just to screw with her.
Yeah, Eric is like, hey, that's my cotton candy, give it back. And Icky's like, oh, you want it back, huh? And he just like spits it back out at her in the one gigantic cotton candy glob.
It sounds disgusting, but it's anime, so it doesn't come off that way in context.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
And also she deserved it. But yeah, and then the scene I mentioned happens where they find a waterfall and Rokusho's just sitting under it. And I like this scene because it's like, what's he doing? And it's like, oh, he's like training. And then Icky and Erica just go back to yelling at each other. Like, they don't even care that Rokusho's here. It's just like, whatever.
Man, I love how you even caught that, because it's just so flink and you'll miss it, you know?
Yeah, it's very fast paced. And then, like, yeah, they don't really care until Rokusho, like, dashes up the cliff, like, by jumping. And they're like, wow. And then he just Erica gets, like, a cool shot of him standing on top of the mountain with the waterfall. And then he vanishes.
Yeah, as Mercutio tend to do.
Yeah, it's like, okay, he's showing off.
As Mr. His name is Rokusho.
But yeah, they go to the next ninja show, and it's like, oh yeah, doing the same routine where like the bad guys kidnap the people. It's like, oh, we get volunteers in the audience, and they'll also be hostages. And like Erica and Icky just start arguing, and it's like, okay, we're gonna get these kids out of the way and make them part of the show so they're not yelling whatever.
Yeah, you're drawing the most attention. All right, screw it. Both of you come up here. We're doing this.
Yeah. It's like, probably shouldn't reward that kind of behavior, but I also understand wanting to make it so they're not disrupting the show by standing in front of the crowd and yelling at each other.
Yeah, now you are the show.
Yeah. You want to be the center of attention, fine.
Like immediately she starts playing along and screaming for help. And he's like, "What were you?" And she's like, "Yeah, you gotta get into character, right?"
I mean, she's right.
Yeah,
but
I gotta enjoy it.
Yeah, and so they start to do the thing where they call the ninjas to save them, and they jump down and like they start fighting the monsters. They're not doing their lines. And it's like,
but yeah, I should clarify. By fighting the monsters, they start like actually like hurting them and cutting the costumes apart and throwing real bombs. And they're like, "Wait, this is a part of the show. Wait a second."
Yeah. Clearly, like in the original, like the way it's supposed to go, they probably do like just some play, like fighting, whatever,
it's like
beat the bad guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, this one he like ninja is like cutting up the costumes with his swords and like get ready. He's like throwing bombs, I think.
Yeah,
and like blowing them up, and like she throws bombs into the audience, I think, at one point. And it's
yeah,
like,
she
okay,
bombs the audience, and
yeah,
thankfully
like,
everyone's fine. But you know,
yeah, this is not part of the thing, and Icky and Erica get kidnapped by the Robo Gang, because of course they do.
Yeah, this is just another point that makes me really question how strong these robots actually are. Because she throws bombs at the audience, and then Icky, like, later on just shoots a dude in the ass. But at the same time, we see that Ninja has, like, real swords that can actually cut things.
Yeah, it seems like maybe like it's hard to explain away the bombs. Maybe they're smoke bombs, but like,
yeah,
it's hard to
maybe they're just real bombs, and it's just you're not supposed to think of that because it's a gag, but still.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're like weak fireworks tier bombs, and like the bullets are rubber bullets, and like whatever. But it's like, okay, but the swords are actually swords.
Yeah, the power level of Medabots has never been more up in the air.
Yeah, it's never been more confusing. And it's like, wouldn't blades be wildly, like, kind of ineffective against another thing made of metal?
You would think so, but turns out they're really good blades.
I guess so.
Listen, this is why Balbot never introduced katanas, and they always had those goofy flipping robots where, you know, they just, you flip the other robot over and that means you win because they can't get back up.
Yeah, unless you made a robot that worked on either side.
Yeah, unless you had that.
I think my goal would just be like get like a thin, like piercing, like protrusion and just try to ram it into the other guy and just mess up their like in like the inside of the robot.
Yeah, this is where you get the buzz saws.
Or a hammer.
The hammer ones where it's like they have the big like freaking mount with I think a spike on or whatever at the end. It's just you just have like a little pneumatic arm and it's like, okay, well I get close and I'm just gonna like, just swing it down and just pound them. And that usually does basically nothing.
So man. So there's like a robot, like that kind of thing, like the robot battle thing, video game. I had it as a kid, and you could straight up like design and build your own robot and then fight other ones in it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm now thinking, like, there's one on Steam that I've been wanting that I might get if it drops in price. But I'm kind of thinking, it's like, what if I just made like a pile bunker of my robots?
Is the summer sale still going on, or is it over? It might be over.
It's still going. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's on sale though. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. Just make a thing that like slides the thing forward and then like activates the piercing, like the pile bunker thing, and it's like that'd be pretty cool.
No, you gotta just make a flat sheet and you flip the opponent and that you just win.
Robot Arena 3 not on sale. This game is never on sale.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, is like I never see this game go on sale.
Listen, this Robot Wars is trash. The freaking like the dumb robot competition is where it's really at. I don't know if you've like seen the videos of that crap where it's like the goal is to create like intentionally stupid robots designed by actual amateurs. So there's one where it's like, oh yeah, all it does is it just moves forward and it's got like a spinning pole at the top with like a Barbie doll attached with like spread legs, so it's just stripper dancing to kick them. It's like one where it's just, it's literally just like a big sheet of paper with like wheels on the bomb so that it like tries to, push them out of the arena. And they put up, it's one that was like a little like trilobite where its only weapon is the ability to move forward. And somehow won because it got on top and then it like pushed them under it. It just pushed them back. God, there's so many great ones. There's so many. There's like one where it's like a stack of like cash, and it gets into the match and it just starts firing money everywhere. It doesn't do anything to fight. It just shoots money out.
Okay.
God, there's an amazing quote where it's like there was one that was like a little body that was like propelled by 4 rotating dildos as wheels. And they're like, yeah, thankfully it lost early on. If it made it to the actual finals, we'd have trouble getting pressed for the tournament. Sorry, I was being gush about that for a moment.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not getting this game unless it goes on sale because the reviews are mostly negative.
Oh yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah, people are saying it's like alpha testing a game, apparently, is what they're saying. It is like, oh no.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay, yeah, no wonder it's not on sale.
Yeah, but unless it goes on sale, I'm probably not picking it up. Not with reviews like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Oh man.
But yeah, kidnapped by the Robo gang.
Yeah, the Robo gang, like, I'm sitting there, it's like, okay, how'd they convert the rots to evil? And it turns out they had the simplest means possible. Because at first I'm like, okay, do they actually have a way to, like, wipe freaking Medabot medals? And it turns out, no, they just replaced them with new ones.
Yeah, they just input their own metals into them, and it's like, yeah, now we have these seemingly pretty strong Medabots.
Yeah, they're pretty good. These might be the most effective fueling robots the Rubber Robo Gang has had so far. And it might be because they're in like a team battle together, but they seem really, really strong.
Yeah. And also, like, it makes me question how they managed to get them in the first place. Unless they just snuck up on them, I don't understand.
Yeah, they probably just snuck up on them, just, like, waited for a while they were like, just hang out backstage or whatever, just, like, grab them with the sack, pop the Mel out,
Yeah.
Maybe they use their own, like, robot or something, but yeah, we don't see them with any robots this episode. It's probably just as simple as, just sneak up, like, grab them with, like, a chain, and then just, like, yeah, just take it out.
I wonder if a taser would, like, incapacitate a Medabot.
I feel like it wouldn't. I feel like a taser wouldn't do much, but like tying them up with like rope probably would. You could probably get like 5 dudes to dogpile a Medabot and you could like hold it down pretty effectively, I imagine.
Maybe. They do have a couple of larger guys in the Robo gang.
Yeah, it is worth knowing partway through the fight, they just try to steal Medabots and it kind of works until he starts shooting.
Yeah, so yeah, basically a part where we can't really convey, like we talked about the punching glove like gag where the guy gets hit multiple times as they're escaping. Like,
yeah,
it's not really much to talk about that other than what we've said. So basically we get to the rooftop and that's where they're going to have like their fight.
I should mention, on the subject of this feeling like an anime parody, there is a room full of alien ninja assassins. Yeah, ninja assassin aliens, Robo.
Yeah, and then Erica uses her camera to like flash them and blind them as they run out of the room again.
They just live in the dark room where they're used to the dark, so they just flash them with the camera.
Yeah.
I get to the roof, fight starts, and it's Mr. Referee's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna referee this battle. He's like, he's like the little fish decoration on the side of, like, the Ninja Palace or whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Ninja Mansion.
Yeah. And he's just got his goofy, like, arms and legs stick out. And he just sort of falls off. And he's like, no, don't start without me.
Yeah, he's like, this can't be an official row battle if I'm not here. And then they're just like, all right, so that just means no rules or whatever. And Icky's like, yeah, fine, whatever, let's fight.
What do you mean there's no rules? But what if that goes badly for you?
Well, that doesn't happen yet because they actually do have the fight. And so these Medabots they can just do magic. Like, there's no, like, the only tech explanation for what I'm seeing for, like, the one where, I think it's Get Ready, like, does, like, a leaf camouflage thing and then vanishes. It's like, okay, so the leaves, maybe they're holograms, and then maybe cloaking technology is a thing. Like, there's no
just
real...
because they are a ninja. I think that's all the logic to it. Like, you're a ninja, so you do ninjutsu, and you just do the leave hide thing. Like, they're just hiding really well, even though it makes no sense at all.
Yeah, so it's magic. It's the only explanation.
Yeah.
Just the Medabots can do magic.
You use that super good leaf teleportation jutsu that no one ever uses in Naruto because it'd be too powerful. Just remember all the times where, like, Kakashi just shows up somewhere with the leaves and it makes no sense.
Not really.
Yeah, because he does that to bring Sasuke to the Chunin exams. There's also a bunch of moments where people just poof away and stuff.
Yeah. Substitution was a mistake.
Substitution was the biggest mistake.
Yeah. Oh, this character got impaled by this really dangerous move. Oh, they're dead for sure. No, it was a log.
Oh man, I forgot. Apparently, there's a whole fight where it's like Sakura's just doing back-to-back substitution jutsu, and it's not like, oh, it was like a dumb. It's like she's literally doing a hand sign and then taking a hit, and then she replaces herself with the log and teleports elsewhere.
Yeah, because like at one point, the enemy's just like, oh, she's gonna substitution again, and then Sakura doesn't.
Yeah, and she keeps doing it back to back.
Yeah, then Sakura just eats the hit and throws her off guard because she thinks she's gonna substitute, and that's how she wins the fight.
Why can't you just do that against Amaterasu, you know? You're gonna get hit by the black flames, just substitute out and make them hit the wall. Make them hit the log.
I think because the implication is you do have to get hit by the initial attack.
Why don't people substitute out when like Hidan's going to hit them with the scythe and then they get the log and they don't have your blood?
Because you have to take the initial hit.
But doesn't Kakashi literally do that in the fight and no one else does?
I don't know. I'm just going off of what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like I don't understand Kishimoto's obsession with having characters just die and having a fake out of like, oh haha, they didn't actually die. Because there's substitution and there's all the genjutsu bullcrap. And he introduces like Izanami or whatever, Izanagi, I think? Yeah, it's Izanagi, I think. Where it's like, oh, you literally actually do die, but then you show up afterwards, and it's like, oh, haha, I didn't actually die because of bullcrap. He keeps doing it.
A ninjutsu where you actually die. What?
Yeah, because it's like the literal explanation is that it's a weird Sharingan thing, where it's like you sacrifice your Sharingan eye in exchange for like and I quote, like, fusing the worlds of illusion and reality together, which somehow means that you die for real, but then you just pop back up because, haha, not really. But you actually did die, you just have a second life. And he's just got, like, whole arm full of, like, Sharingan eyes, and, you know, each time it happens, one of the eyes just closes, and he just uses that one up.
That guy. Okay.
It's so weird.
So it's weird and kind of dumb, but under the normal circumstances where you aren't a freak who's transplanted Sharingan eyes into your arm, I mean, at least you have to sacrifice something.
Yeah, it's not completely unbalanced. It's just really weird and it makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as far as like dumb ninjutsu go, like, there's been dumber. At least you have to give up something substantial to die, literally die, and come back to life.
God, remember Orochimaru style substitution?
I don't.
Or it's literally just substitution jutsu, but instead of the log, you just take the hit, and you just, like, shed your skin, and you just fall out your back like a snake.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And like Sasuke just gets hit with Amaterasu, and he's like, oh yeah, I'll just substitute by just shedding my skin. And he's like, oh god, that took so much energy, what the crap?
Just realizes, like, crap, Orochimaru's a freak.
Yeah, it's like he does this crap all the time, jeez. Oh man, I love how much a crazy weirdo freak Orochimaru is.
Yeah. But yeah, all that to say that these two ninja Medabots can literally do magic.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, literally. They do the substitution jutsu thing.
Yeah. And then Nin Ninja does like the shadow clone thing, but it's clearly just him running really fast, which apparently was kinda real. Like,
kind of.
It wasn't that you ran really fast and it made like after images or whatever. That's ridiculous. But you would like come with other ninjas dressed like you, and like you would like hide behind trees or like whatever and like change places and like confuse the enemies like that.
There's documentation of people saying that they would like, you know, they would like move so fast that you would think there's like multiple people there. But it's like, that's kind of shaky. It's like, unless you're like in the woods or something, or you're like kind of obscured, I'm not sure how much I actually believe that part. But yeah, I totally believe they just have like other people to they'd like, would like run around and like confuse people and stuff like that, and be like, oh, he's so fast, oh, he's like making clones. It's the same guy, but there's multiple people at once, and that whole thing,
Yeah, they do it in Dragon Ball with Ninja Murasaki and his brothers.
I thought you were gonna say they do it in Dragon Ball with Tien, where he just makes clones.
No, in Dragon Ball, like not Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, in Dragon Ball when Tien does the clones.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah, he does that, do that in Dragon Ball, doesn't he? No, Goku fights a ninja named Murasaki. And like Murasaki is hilariously incompetent and no match for Goku, because of course he isn't. And in one attempt to take Goku down, he's just like, all right, I'll reveal to you my multi-technique or whatever. And then like he's like moving around and jumping around trees and hiding behind things. And it's like, oh, Goku's like, wow, there's so many of them. And it's revealed that it's just Murasaki and several of his brothers who all have different weapons, one of which just has a gun.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I love it.
Yeah, and it's just Dragon Ball is so good. Anyone who hasn't watched like OG Dragon Ball really should.
Was Murasaki like a fake ninja? Because you say that, and I remember on that episode as a dumb gag where he tries to do a thing where it's like, the cloth is like the Paranaught, and he's like trying to hide behind it, like, so he's invisible like on the tree or whatever. Because it's like powering like the bark of the tree and stuff. And he gets the wrong side out, and it's just a big dumb American flag.
Yeah.
Was he just a reverse weeb? No, I guess that'd just be a weeb. Was he just a weeb?
The problem with enemies that Goku fights is you have to consider how they would match, like how they would match up with a real person. Like Murasaki probably is good at killing people. I think he had a reputation for it even. The problem arose when Goku wasn't being killed by any of it, and he had to try tricks he didn't normally try, and so he just comes off as a goofball when he messes up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Some of the moment where they sneak attack Goku, and they're like, they karate chop him in the back of the head, and they're like, I shattered his spine in 15 places, and Goku just gets back up like, oh hey there, and it's like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no, what now?
Yeah, Goku gets hit in the back of the head by like a ninja star or something. And like there's a cliffhanger for the episode is like, did Murasaki really finish off Goku and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, no, of course he didn't. Goku's going to like get back up and it's going to be a whole thing where it's like, wow, that kind of hurt.
This is the time where we have to use the Dragon Balls. Murasaki did. He got him.
That'd be wild. But no, there's like, until like King Piccolo and like Piccolo Jr., there is like no threat to Goku. General Blue is kind of a threat, weirdly enough.
And Tao, yeah.
And Tao. There were a few threats, but Goku was rarely challenged.
Man, Tao is kind of great, huh? I don't want to get too lost in the weeds, but man, the fact that Tao just shows up on freaking gas tank that he throws because he's just that strong, and he just murders a dude with his tongue.
It's not a gas tank. It's a pillar of the Red Ribbon Army's base. He just rips it off of the foundation. Like, he just rips it off the foundation and throws it and then jumps after it to ride it. It's like, what in the world is this guy?
Yeah, that's great. That just reminds me.
And then Goku beats him by kicking a grenade back into his face.
He somehow becomes a cyborg.
Well, he got blown up by a grenade.
Yeah,
the question is who found him and rebuilt him, I guess.
As opposed to becoming a corpse.
Yeah.
God, this girl late to nothing. It just reminds me of, like, this. There's like a really dumb early scene in Seven Deadly Sins where, you know, it's like the hero just saves the town and Melios does the thing. And it just cuts to like miles away, and they're like, there's like this like night in this like castle and stuff, and it's like was guys is like, oh yeah, I got a message back from the scouts. You know, they say it like someone removed the sword of Didita in like this town, and he's like, oh yeah, give me the coordinates. They're like, oh well, it's there, it's to the east of this, right? And he's like, okay, yeah, that should be all right. He just walks over, takes a spear off the wall, just like walks to the little like window of the building, the little like open air part of it, and he just throws the spear, like just shoots across the map. Harker to Melios, he's had a little like nice cute little heart-to-heart conversation with like the love interest or whatever, and he's like, yeah, it's about here, no, it's about a little more to the right. She's like just spilling her heart. He's just like, nah, yeah, I think this is about right. You see, the spear just flies out. He just grabs it, gets like pulled back, like across the town, like through the city. And he fucking catches it. And he just looks up, just like have eyeballs a little bit, and fucking throws it back. Just you see it just trail across the country, just like cut to the fucking night guy's castle, and he just tilts his head to the left to just dodge it as it just embeds itself into the wall behind him.
Long range anime fight.
Yeah. And he's like, yup, yeah, no, that's the protagonist, that's our guy. Alright, well, we know it's him now. It's so absurdly stupid, and it's like one of the coolest things I've seen in that show. Oh, man. But yeah, Medabots.
Yeah, Medabots.
We've gone through like 5 different shows where it's like, hey, should we do this for the podcast? And it's like, probably not, but hey, it's an idea.
Yeah.
It's a thing we like talking about. But yeah, I forgot, I forgot, Erica loses round one. I think she gets, bombed or something, or I guess not loses, how they, incapacitated for a bit.
For the first or second fight?
The first half of the fight.
I mean, that's when the Robo gang just throws some chains at Metabee and just takes him.
Right, they just split them up and then they get him. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the Robo gang is like, yeah, we told you no rules or whatever. And Metabee's just like, oh, no rules, huh? In that case, he just aims his gun at him and just starts shooting them. And it's like, yeah, I guess if there's no rules, he can just do that, huh?
So hard confirmed Medabots can just blatantly, I guess we've seen this before, but yeah, Metabee has no problems with just shooting people.
Yeah. Metabee fails the Turing test.
God. Just looking through his images, it's like, holy crap, these are just such good shots. Cause it's just the harsh shadows and the glowing eyes. It looks so cool though.
Yeah, they really went all out for this battle and all of its imagery and everything. It's they killed it drawing. Sometimes Metabee goes look at how off model he is with how scrawny his his connecting armpits are. But
looks great.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is this shot of Metabee with the glowing eyes and the chains and everything. It is just he looks so cool.
You go off model to fit the mood of the episode, the mood of the scene.
Yeah, it's just such a good shot.
This scene is meant to be just over the top and just crazy, and we're going to make you feel it.
Yeah, it's this is when Metabee's just all right, enough. We're gonna fight these guys. And then Rokusho shows up and he's just hey, you guys have to use teamwork to win. And then he essentially just leaves.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still there by the end of the fight. He watches, but that's all he really does.
Yeah, I like it when Rokusho gives them, like, bits of, like, wisdom advice, and less, like, practical, like, stuff Icky should know advice, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
a
it's like
better
you
role
guys.
for him.
Yeah, and it's like you guys are like fighting and at odds with each other. It's like you really need to work together. And then they're just like, yeah, you're right. And
Yeah.
Mr. Referee makes his way back up to the roof by this point, dressed in like a shogun, like samurai armor.
Does this imply that Mr. Referee got changed and then climbed up the entire building on his own barehanded?
I guess so.
Mr. Referee is a freaking beast. Holy crap.
Yeah. And so yeah, we get
it makes me wonder because the next episode is a bit where he runs in from God knows where, and he runs so long he gets exhausted by the time he reaches them. It's like, how far away were you?
Yeah. Also, we skipped over in episode 13 where Mr. Referee is just in a giant soccer ball.
Ah, yeah, that's a fun gag.
Yeah, then they start the battle and he just kind of bursts out of it. It's like, all right.
The Mr. Referee gags are super on point.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing of like, yeah, you should just watch the episode to see the Mr. Referee gags.
There's probably a compilation. I'm sure someone is a compilation of all the Mr. Referee gags in the series at this point.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just freaking sushi box and everything.
Yep.
But yeah, they start working together, and it's like, yeah, I forget it was, they start complimenting each other too. It's like, oh yeah, you're not half bad, and it's like, yeah, you're not half bad yourself, and they like smile it up, and it's like, yeah, they got each other's lol for a bit.
Yeah, teamwork, and it's like Brass can like triangulate like the position of get ready using the leaf camouflage thing, and it's like, oh yeah, shoot over there, and then like she gets wrecked.
God,
and
then
then
Ninja shot of them like triangulating, like the weird code in their eyes and little like grit. It looks so much cooler than it should.
Yeah, it looks really good. And then they try to Ninja tries to do the shadow clone thing again. And to be fair, Icky tried the thing where it's just like, okay, just shoot at where he's running and you got to hit him at some point. Yeah. But I guess the odds were just too low. But with Medabots and Brass standing back to back and firing both of their guns in as many directions as they can, they actually do land a hit on him.
This is such a good shot. Like, it's a bit jank in the background, but holy crap.
Yeah, it's like just open fire everywhere.
Such a good moment. Jeez. Right, I just remembered the last, like, oh, well, teamwork, I don't guess I hate it. And Icky's like, yeah, I guess I don't hate it either. And they, like, have a cute little moment.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, they catch Ninja with the shots, and like he like disappears into the air or whatever and tries to come down. Oh no. Okay, he throws kunais at Medabots, which he blocks with his arm, and also bombs.
Yeah,
and they blow up in his face and damage him in some of the only like real battle damage we've seen in this show.
Yeah, Medabots gets wrecked.
Yeah, like his face gets so wrecked that he goes blind.
Yeah,
and there's actual like physical damage to his head part. It doesn't just like lose its color or whatever they did in the Similodon fight.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because after the fight ends, you can see the damage just go away as he looks up anyways. So it still resets. It's just like, yeah, it's way more noticeable. They like actually made him look messed up.
Yeah, it's just now that we're out of like the cool robot fight scene, like you just have Medabots go back to fully on model again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, Medabots gets blinded, and in like one of the coolest parts of this fight,
yeah,
Ninja's like dropping at them with his sword out, and he's gonna like stab them. and Brass lifts up Medabots' arm and like helps him aim at him. It's just the shot. It's just really cool. I hope you got it.
So good. I definitely got it. I at least got one of them.
Yeah, there's one that's a little further away that I think looks better, but yeah, this is a cool moment where it's like, maybe this confirms that Medabots' shots are stronger than Brass's.
Yeah,
because why wouldn't she just shoot?
Yeah, Medabots has higher firepower, so it's like, hey, Brass, you have to aim and I'll shoot.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's such a good scene.
Yeah, and they fire the shot and it like cuts away and you hear like the sword impaling something and it's stabbed into the ground as it zooms up to reveal that it missed and like he just falls to the side like defeated. It's like it's such a cool shot.
Literally like strikes between where they are.
Yeah.
Oh man, this episode's so fucking good. Holy crap.
Yeah, like we said, the plot's kind of whatever, but like the animation and like the fight choreography and like it looks so good.
Oh man.
I hope he does more episodes, but I don't think he does.
If it's just this, I'm fine. I feel satisfied with this. This is like Gone the Lull where I might just have to like show the others in like anime night, just this episode out of context, just because holy crap.
Yeah. And it's
if there's a episode of Medabots you want to check out, watch this one. This is the one you show people.
Yeah, you don't really need much context for this. It's just look at this cool fight with robot ninjas.
Yes. Jeez.
And then Rokusho throws them the medals of the two ninja Medabots that were stolen. Because Rokusho got them back.
And we do get a fun ending gag where it's like the Rubber Robo gang's like, alright, fine, we'll escape. And they like blast off on a freaking rocket. And as soon as they start going, I'm like, okay, how like zigzaggy is this trajectory going to be? It's like, how goofy is this? It's like, it spirals around in this really jagged way. It's like, yup, there it is.
And it explodes and it's like, oh, they're dead. And then you literally see their parachute. They're fine.
I also want to just give a shout to the subtitling in this episode, which is not something I normally note, but it was really good.
Yeah, because the Robo gang, like, they do like this stupid thing where they laugh by saying Robo repeatedly.
Yeah.
And like sorry, Radar. The subtitles are just scrolling along at the bottom of the screen really fast, and it just says Robo repeatedly.
Yeah. It's a bit where it's like, they're falling and they're like, Robo. And it's like, it's just dropping with them as they like go out like,
Yeah. This is actually props to if you must have watched the same ones as I did then.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a shout out to the subtitling group who did it, because
shout to the totally legal anime subtitling website.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think there's a bit where Mr. Referee runs in repeatedly saying "Robattle" and it's also scrolling like that. And then like he runs back again late. Oh no, that's the next episode, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the next episode.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah, we'll get to it then. That's pretty much this episode, but
there's so many things where it's just so normal, and you get this. I think the craziest I've ever seen is like Usagi-chan wants to hang out, where there's like constantly little gags with like the subtitles being on like different parts of the screen and being like over things and stuff, It's like, it's wild.
I've downloaded that series. I haven't watched more than a few episodes though.
Yeah, I can't say much about the series itself. It was kind of like whatever. The subtitling though, oh my god.
But yeah, episode 14, watch it. It's really cool.
Good. Listen, the big guy literally has a Gamagori moment where he just, like, he is the largest on the screen at all times. And there's just a side shot of, like, yo, the freaking Rubber Robo Gang members standing there, and he is, like, just dwarfing them by, like, just such a stupid magnitude. Like, he is the background, and I love it.
Yeah. Oh, I do want to say one thing. They imply that they bought the park. It seems like they didn't do anything illegal until they stole the medal and kidnapped children. So it's like,
yeah,
all they had to do was buy the park and put themselves into debt by a lot, apparently.
By a lot.
Yeah, and then just don't steal things and kidnap children, and your plan would have worked.
Well, assuming they're operating the park at, like, a gain, you know? They might have been operating at a loss.
Yeah. Well, like, the goal is just to make it their hideout or whatever. I don't know, but, like...
Is this why Elon Musk bought Twitter? Because he just wants to make his hideout? He's just gonna, like, steal someone's account or something?
Yeah, I don't know, but apparently he owes a lot of money and he's making some stupid decisions because of it.
It's so funny, holy crap. It's so much funnier than you would ever expect it to be if you're not following it. I still can't believe Twitter literally DDoSed itself. I can't believe they somehow did that.
Crazy.
Just holy, but yeah, anything else we have to say out this episode?
Good
episode
really,
is good.
It's really cool. Yep. On to the next one.
In summary, this episode was fine.